Hello and welcome to another episode of Offworld Beyond. My name is Elliot, aka Elbotz, and I'm the senior community manager here at Offworld. I'm joined today by my fellow community managers. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah, I'm Kieran, or Ceeg, from the squad community, or community manager on squad. Yeah.
I'm Gale, also known as Astraea for Starship Troopers and Squad 44.
And I am Luna or Cayenne. You guys know me. I'm old news, but I just do community management for basically all the games.
This episode is a special episode because we've got 4 community managers here together. So it's going to be a very community management centric podcast episode. If you haven't already, make sure you follow, like, subscribe, check out the show notes. That's where all our social channels are. And yeah, let's get started with this episode.
Does this episode go on YouTube as well?
Yep.
Hit the thumbs up.
Now you gotta hit the bell icon.
And the bell icon. The bell icon's the really important one. Yeah, right. It's like they get notified of any
Leave a comment.
Yeah.
comment. Whoever's first can
Share it with your aunts and uncles.
Yeah.
Anything else? The question I love to ask other community managers is why game dev? Why game dev and community?
Well, you're looking at me, so I feel like you probably want me to answer.
You're first.
I mean, I think something that we all have in common is the love of video games from a very young age. It was something in our lives like kind of pushed us into video games as a hobby or an entertainment enjoyment thing. But the transition from like other work into game dev for me was like a funny realization that what I did in a corporate world in terms of like video production, like live streams, teaching could be translated across into video games. And it already existed. And I just didn't like connect those two dots at first. And so at that point, as soon as I realized that, I'm like, man, like I want to get out of corporate. I want to like, and so I started looking, and eventually I found a studio that gave me my first break into the industry. And I haven't looked back. I don't think I could. Yeah.
And it's true about the not looking back. It's hard once we get into it because like you're combining both the love for your games already and the fact that we get to be part of the whole development cycle. Like it creates a special little recipe here for work.
Yeah.
What we call work.
What we call work. Yeah.
It's definitely still work though. We're not just playing games all day.
I mean, that's what we say out loud.
Speak for yourself.
What about you?
I mean, yeah, same thing, love games. I think growing up, I was always like making a bunch of guilds, communities, all that stuff. So it's like a natural fit. Like my resume, I also just had like a bunch of guilds in there.
Really?
Yeah. I had a bunch of other games I ran, so I was like modding for them. Ended up just putting it in there.
Yeah. And we're going to dive, actually, just to like, put a note on that. We're going to talk about that a little bit more later in the podcast about just like some just tips about like how to get into the industry. Because obviously with 4 of us, we all had different journeys getting into where we are now. I know for sure Luna and I had a very different path before we ended up in games.
Yes.
You pretty much just jumped straight from post-secondary into games, right?
No, I did like freelance.
Oh, right.
Actually, like my first role is like completely opposite of games.
What was your first role?
It was a Japanese fashion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
we're gonna have to dive into that later.
Yeah.
Yellow is the best drip.
Yeah, some good drip.
He's the cool one out of all of us. I don't know if you guys can tell.
I don't know if you
It's also the youngin.
He's the young cool guy.
I can't agree with my drip style. Like,
you can't agree with it?
no, I don't think I have the best drip.
Why do you put it on if you don't agree?
No, it's low key good.
Okay,
Yeah.
transition to Cayenne now. Okay.
Oh,
So,
why games?
why games, Cayenne?
Yeah, same sort of thing. Like growing up with games, though, I was the little sister. I didn't get to play the games. I was the person.
The unplugged controller.
No. Do you remember back in the day when they used to ship out like game guides, like magazines, but like as the game comes out? So like
Player's guides and stuff like that.
Like when The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask came out, I was the little sister on the couch reading the guidebook to my brother, and he was the one playing the game. So I was helping him by reading all the tips and stuff in the walkthrough.
My siblings did not do that.
Oh yeah, no. I
had a sibling who did that for me.
Wow.
I had a Cayenne.
Yeah.
Wow.
Honestly, I feel like that is the little sister, the quintessential little sister gamer girl experience.
I wish my sister would get mad if I didn't.
You don't get to play, but you get to sit there and tell them what to do. But yeah, I just always loved doing that. And then when I was in university, it was my last year of university, and I was like, screw it. I want to make every project that I have an option of about video games. And so I did. I made like I was doing print and digital publishing. So I was doing a magazine course. So I convinced my group to be like, let's do a video game magazine. Like, let's do, I think I did a video game podcast for an audio class. I did I had a rhetoric.
You were podcasting before podcasting.
I was
became a thing.
podcasting. I was
Trailblazer.
Yeah. Really. What else did I do? I did like an essay on rhetorics in video games. Anyways, I just made everything about video games, and it made I had the best year in terms of the grades. And I was like, oh, okay. So when I got really sad in my career, I was like, maybe I should do what I did in university to my career, and maybe I'll be happier. And you know what? I did get happier. So here we are. Yeah.
And for me, like I got into games in a very atypical way because I thought I was going to stay in marketing and sports. Because like I was working in the sports industry, I did some marketing stints. There was only a friend of mine that I had met through playing video games. He reached out and like, hey, we're hiring for a community role, and I think you'd be great. And at the time, I was kind of at a crossroads of like, where do I go next with my career? So took it without knowing what I was going to work on. And then, it was, I think, a week before I started the actual job. I was like, oh, like, am I supporting? So this was at Relic. I was like, oh, am I supporting Dawn of War 3? Like, am I on company years 2? And then my manager was like, did no one tell you what you're working on? I'm like, no. Like, I'm assuming it says like, no, you're working on, at the time, unannounced Age of Empires 4. And I was like, whoa, mind blown. Because like, as a kid, I played a lot of Age of Empires 2, stuff like that. So didn't know it was coming.
You summon the car that like shoots rocks at.
Yes, 100%.
I mean, if we're name dropping the studios that we kind of got in on, mine was, I had my first one. So I mentioned my transition into games was awesome. Some studio gave me a shot. I started with a mobile game studio called Navigator Games. They're also local to Vancouver.
Gotcha.
They made the mobile game for Iron Maiden, like the metal band. And it was like a Raid Shadow Legends style game.
But
it was made before Raid Shadow Legends. So it was really like an ARPG kind of style.
Okay.
My very first day on the job, the entire band were in town because they were touring here.
That's so cool.
So like Yannick and stuff like that, like the drummer like came by my desk and was like, hey, like, what do you do here? And I was like, honestly, this is my first day. I don't know. But what was funny is that I like one of my very first concerts whenever I was a kid, I think it was like my third or like fourth concert, was Iron Maiden at Sliane Castle in Dublin, like when I was 15 or something like that.
Full circle.
So like,
oh my God.
and I've been a metalhead like for a long time.
Full
So it was really, really funny for me. And meeting Bruce was nuts. He was a very strange man, but very, very nice.
You're watching.
Yeah, if you're watching,
Shout out.
I remember the slightly purple T-shirt you were wearing with the stain on it after you'd gone for your run around Stanley Park.
You should
But he was
have that
real.
on Twitter.
It was super real.
Yeah.
That was like, you sometimes you think about meeting your idols and you're like, oh, like the golden pedestal thing. No, he was super real, super normal.
Celebs, they're
love
just
that.
like us.
Yeah.
They're humans.
Just a lot richer.
Yeah.
Cut.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, said it like the dream.
Yeah.
Speaking about getting into actually game dev, like it's funny because like growing up, I played a lot of video games growing up. And, I would say in a stereotypical fashion, my parents were so against me playing so many video games as a kid, going like, oh, like it's going to amount to nothing. Like you're just wasting your time. Like, how did your like family react when you switched into games? Because like mine was like, they were like, oh, you can get a job in that is kind of the mentality. And then after like I started, like I've been now almost 9 years, they're like, oh, this was a good switch for you. I'm like, yeah, surprised that video games worked out for me, mom and dad.
Mine was it's funny, it's like they had the same reaction of like you can get a job in video games, as in like me.
Yeah.
But I credit like my love of video games to my dad. My dad bought me the Sega Mega Drive, the Sega Master System. He bought me all my Sonic the Hedgehog merch. There's a really fun t-shirt picture of me. I'll see if I can find it to send to Tim for editing, because it's like me sitting on my bed when I'm like 4 years old in a white and blue Sonic the Hedgehog t-shirt, and you can see on the old CRT monitor. So I credit my dad for that. Like, unfortunately for him, he started to get, by the time we moved to like the N64, he started to get like motion sick.
Aw.
So he had to stop playing games himself. in a lot of ways, but he always like really encouraged me with
Nice.
with all the game stuff that I always did. He made sure, like my dad was a teacher. He made sure that like there was a balance. You know, if I was ever playing my games too much or misbehaving, he took the power cord away from the N64 or whatever it was, you know. Yeah, my love of video games definitely stems from there. And then he had the same reaction of, you can get a game in video games, or you can get a job in video games.
Yeah.
So like, it's kind of funny that ended up, but they've been super supportive.
What's funny is that you mentioned about the power cord being taken away.
Yeah.
Mine would just take the whole system. And I'm realizing now, like, they should have just done that.
Yeah, right.
A lot more effective and efficient, because then at least the systems are mocking you, basically. You can't play me. But
my dad was a tech bro as well, so he knew what he was doing.
But this day you can't do that because a lot of things are powered by the same thing. USB-C, like you just have to get rid of the system.
Cable, yeah.
Yeah, I have to get rid of the system because you can just find another cable to play.
No, my parents would hide the power cable, but like they would kind of hide it in the most obvious place. Like I'd find it in like 5 minutes.
And you would put it back.
Yeah, I would just plug it in, and then they'd be like, "How'd you get this?" I was like, "I know."
Oh, wow.
Like,
Maybe they were so worn down by the
honestly, yeah.
Your older siblings. By the time you got to you, you're like, all right, you know
I
what?
feel like they didn't do it a lot with my siblings. I was always the one that was up at like 3 in the morning.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. He's the youngest in his family with his older siblings.
Yep.
Yeah.
The baby.
Also the baby of this group.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Big baby.
Yeah.
Between the 5 of us. Dustin, our boss is not here.
Big boss. It'd be great if we had him in here too.
Yeah, but
Maybe he can crash halfway through.
no. our
just warming
system is set up. Our
Boss.
cameras are pointed correctly. Audio is all set up. We're not going to add another person to this mix at this moment.
Just hard cut to Dustin sitting here.
Like by himself.
On his own,
Yeah.
eating crayon.
Right to him. Elliot fired.
Moving on to the next thing, games that inspire you. Like, and what I mean by this is that like we obviously all work in community management. We are always checking out what other games are doing. Is there a specific like game or community manager that like seems like that is like that inspires you, that you take like, you know?
I have a what I think is a pretty good answer.
Yeah.
And it may also interest some people out there who have asked where it's got some Siege lore. It was at the same time that I mentioned earlier that I was like in a corporate job doing something that kind of correlated to community management, social media. And there was someone that I was like following along in a game without realizing that what they did was the direct version of what I did in corporate. They just did for video games, right? And that was Bungie. So Destiny. I was playing Destiny at the time. And I can't remember. No, Destiny 2 had released. Deej from Bungie, who is David Digg is a like very, very well-known long-term community management professional in video games. He's moved on from Bungie since. You might already see this relationship of Deej, Siege.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
It's
nice.
the Wario to your Mario.
Yeah. I think I might be the Wario.
Yeah, no.
He's the Mario.
He's the original.
The original. But like I mean, my last name was Gallagher, so CG. He had the D, and his middle name, I guess, had a J. So that's the Deej, and then Siege for me. But he was my first interaction with community management in any game where it wasn't just like getting patch notes and interaction, like and that kind of communication from the dev team. It was like actual interaction. It was actual like getting in there and playing. Like I knew that, you know, I had read about dev blogs and seen videos where he talked about his time on Halo, and like he had his own clan, the Gunslingers, that he was like best buds with, that all played Halo together, and then a lot of them switched over to Destiny. And then there was this one day where Destiny were doing a bounty. They were called the Bungie bounties, and they would have devs on playing multiplayer, like their Crucible, and you could load in at the same time or try and load in at the same time. You get matched up against them, and you would then win a reward if you beat them. Yeah. And me and my clan at the time, the Banana Van, still going strong, but I just don't play, matched up against Deej and the Gunslingers. Yeah. And we trounced them. Oh my God, we destroyed them. Yeah. And I took a screenshot and sent it to him on Twitter, and he replied to me. And I was just like, that kind of, you were talking about, you know, don't meet your idols or like that celebrities kind of thing. I felt that celebrity status from him, but also that real grounded part of him where he was like in the community. He was a part of it. He enjoyed what he was doing. Right. And then whenever I then got the opportunity to become a community manager, I almost studied the things that he had done and emulated a lot of it to make sure that I knew what I was like, that I was doing something right, because I knew he was doing something right with how the community reacted to him and how like everyone like loved him, like loved hearing from him. There was a lot of transparency behind a lot of his words and how he interacted with people. So I definitely then tried to like emulate that as much as I possibly could. And yeah, Ceeg was born. I was Raven Paladin before I was Ceeg.
Raven Paladin?
Yeah.
Bird or like
Bird.
the party?
No, the bird.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Was that your first gamer tag?
No, oh god, no.
Do you want to share your, or is that going to reveal too much information? Are people going to go
I
looking?
don't think it's going to reveal too much. I think I changed.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not revealing my original tag. Let's be frank here.
Yeah, mine changed around a lot.
Yeah.
Do you know why I wasn't like tied to mine? I had one before I moved to Canada, and Xbox wouldn't let me transfer my Xbox account at the time.
Oh.
So I then set up a new Xbox account, and I ended up with like more gamer score and everything on that account than I had on my previous one. And so I just kind of forgot about it, just kind of give up. So yeah, I'll not talk about what it was, but I played things like Ghost Recon and stuff as a kid. So
actually, I'm trying to think what my original gamer tag was when I was playing a Counter-Strike back in the day. I actually don't remember.
I know my like very first one.
Yeah.
It was Poodaloo.
Poodaloo.
Not to age myself, but this was like, for me, it's like 24 years ago now. I actually don't remember my first gamer tag. I do remember my previous one before I joined the games industry. But joining the games industry, I'm like, I need fresh. I need something fresh that no one can see. Like, you know. Also, just a pro tip: don't tie your gamer tag to your Reddit account.
yeah, we find you.
That's why I killed my last gamer tag. So
secrets are you hiding?
That's why. It's not secrets, but I just don't want people to know like what I'm like commenting on and things like that. Which, you know, I did a big let's not dive into this.
I was gonna say, fun fact that Elliot is the player that we get annoyed with.
No, I don't comment on our own game. I will comment on the subreddits that I like to play games with. Right. You know, so yeah.
But you're the annoying guy.
He is.
Sure. No, I'm giving good feedback, okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm giving great feedback. Okay.
Hit him with the actually.
Yeah,
like,
actually, you know.
I work in game dev, so
moving on.
No, keep going.
Moving on. For me, I'm gonna shout out Bex from her time at Grinding Gear Games. I've played a lot of Path of Exile 1, and it was always a treat to see Bex hop in on comments and stuff. And the fact that she got like her own lore kind of card.
That's right. Yeah.
The Maw of Mischief, or whatever is her, and she's got her like kind of her like stylistic like hairstyle that was in that done in art. Like, I would love to, like, I aspire to be someone in the community that you would want to create lore around.
There's some lore about me in a video game.
Oh, you are very much ingrained. Not just
not even Squad.
I'm talking about Squad. You are
not even. Well, I mean, in Squad, there's nothing like
there's no like story or anything. That's why it's a little different. But yeah,
there's lore about me in Marauders.
Ooh,
yeah,
okay.
That's
you can find me on a locker on one of the maps, and then like so I was a
nice.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like, it's like little like I haven't worked on a game that like is kind of like that. You know what I mean? Like a lot of my games are very like user driven. Like, you know, working on Age of Empires, for example.
Sure.
Like, those are stories that you make yourself, and same with Squad. Like, every time you're playing Squad, it's like your own
story.
Yeah, but the way the Bex had to like interact with the community stuff, like I always thought it was a nice, refreshing way to like engage and like banter with your community, which, you know, I love to do. It's always fun to do with the community when you're able to hop in and be part of it all, right? So
yeah, I have no references anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, you're also you're the most junior in the sense of experience across the four of us.
The Greenhorn, is that what they're called?
Yeah, the Greenhorn. Yeah, makes sense.
I actually have like a lot of people I could shout out because like when I wanted to join, I remember reaching out to like dozens and dozens of people because I had no idea. Like, there isn't like a degree, and if there is a degree, it's like kind of a scam.
I was gonna say it's a bit of a sham.
Yeah,
it's like that's not how, like, a degree is not going to get you. As someone who's like done tons of interviews for like positions to hire for the community, like.
Yeah.
Like, so we'll get into that part a little later about like how to get into the games industry. But
yeah, like I can give shout outs to a lot of people. I did reach out to both Kieran and Kyan before I joined here.
You totally did.
Yeah. And I also like I still remember every single person, like Logan Robb at Saber, Christopher Tom, who's Pliff at Riot now, Andrew Beagle, Carolyn Went at CD Projekt Red.
I feel like Gail has the most connections,
Yeah.
like that
Really does.
widespread out of all of us across game dev, simply from his like tactic of like how to get in,
Yeah.
which we'll talk about. But yeah,
Network.
Yeah, your networking.
You really
is,
did
like,
network. Yeah.
on point before you even got a job in game dev.
Yeah. I think there's like a whole thing to it. I always see people try to like network and it's like, you get me a job. It's like,
Right.
Oh yeah, no, that's like that will
Don't do that.
instantly kill. Yeah.
yeah.
Was there any one like particular community person that like inspires your like day-to-day stuff, like, or
Probably Carolyn.
Yeah.
Like that's the big one. And then like second would probably like Sam Gee, because she helped me like
Yeah.
do all my resumes and stuff when I
Mhm.
apply here.
Oh,
And that was one that got accepted. So
Worked out.
because I did apply here twice.
Mm.
The first time
Mm.
didn't get so well. And the second one, now I'm here. So
I got you beat. I applied 3 times.
oh wow. I think you did also reach out to me to refer you.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Everything is full circle here.
I'm just like,
Yeah.
I just exist.
It is funny. It's like, yeah, you had reached out and like connected with like most of us before you started here, but you also started here first
Mhm.
amongst all 4 of
Actually, yeah, it's funny that Galen is the most junior of us 4,
Yeah.
but technically the most senior in terms of like the amount of
Offworld.
time
Yeah.
spent in Offworld. Sure.
Yeah.
Yippee.
That's funny.
I love Victoria Tran so much.
Yeah.
I mean, she's local and
Local as well.
She is,
she
Yeah.
worked for Kit Fox Games
Mhm.
and really pushed them. And then she got the golden ticket working for Inner Sloth and Among Us. And I love her. I love her newsletters. I think she's really good at articulating.
I was gonna say, if you haven't checked it out,
Oh,
she does a regular monthly, I think, right? Monthly
newsletter. She does such really good. She really talks about the importance of like actual how to talk to people, how to actually make them feel heard, how to like. And it's stuff that I want to articulate, but she articulates it in such a good way. And I really I go back to her articles all the time.
Mhm.
And
For sure.
Funny you mentioned that because like we did like a podcast with her like 3 weeks ago.
you did?
Yeah.
When did
Wait,
you do
what?
that?
I have like a Discord server for social media.
Oh right.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
We held like an event because she was releasing her book.
Right.
Wanna like I
Wait,
I
give
have
it on
like
the Offworld pod.
the thing is I know her through people.
Yeah.
Like I have like 6 degrees separation. I'm sure I could call in some favors and bring her in here.
I can just reach out.
and you could also reach out.
Yeah.
It sounds like Gail's on first name basis with her. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, hey, Miss Tran.
And I like the
local
more
celebrity.
porridge.
I don't
Yeah.
think she would appreciate being called Miss Tran. I think
No.
you could just reach out to her as Victoria.
If anything, Elliot has the authority.
No, like I've met Victoria.
There's no line.
I met Victoria a few times too, IRL.
She's
so-
lovely. She's.
I'm sure, to be frank, all 4 of us can reach out. That's not the point.
No.
Point is, maybe one day.
Yeah.
We would love to. We would love to have
Yes.
Victoria on the podcast in the future. Boss was feeling left out.
Boss,
He's gone. He gone.
he can come to this mic. Let me just sneak peek.
I don't know how you guys handle
Do you not have a Does he not have a laptop? He has a desk.
We really need that on air button on.
Yeah, we do.
We have one set up. It's It's on like it's mounted on the wall, but no one's like
Cable is still tied up.
There's
Like,
no plug there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been in so many events too with Victoria Tran where it's like I should just say hi, but I just don't. And I'm sorry, Victoria. I want to say hi to you. Okay.
We love Victoria. That's what we're trying to say.
I feel like
Please be
I
my
hope I
friend.
can like meet the people that support me.
Yeah.
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 It's tougher because like the way our jobs are, we're so digitally like based because obviously our communities are all over the world. The rare chance that we get to really see other community managers are actually ironically at physical events like PAX or Gamescom or GDC. Like those are really the only times. One thing that's always funny to talk to other community managers about is the separation between being the voice of the community and then being part of the fan base of the community. You know what I mean? Like, for example, like, you, especially, I'd say out of the 4 of us, you play the most squad out of all of us, yet you're the voice of squad.
Yeah.
Like us having worked in game dev, like I am always hesitant to hop in and like, I know it's funny that we talked a little earlier about my Reddit and thing, but like, I'm not like, I understand how developers work. So I'm not going to be the person being like, you're doing this wrong. It's more like, I feel like this, like, this balance feels weird. Like, I talk a little bit more, I would say
feedbacky versus
feedbacky
versus armchair deving.
Yeah. But like versus like I could see myself 10 years ago, history wise, I was not talking like that. I was talking very much the way of like, oh, like this sucks. Like why am I like why is it playing like this? Like it's not, this isn't fun, you know, like blah blah blah. Very things that like are not useful. Like funny thing we always like to say is
one line of code to fix this.
yeah, it's easy. You
Why don't
push
you
the
just
button.
add the multiplayer button?
Yeah, like push the button, it'll work, you know. No, my question to y'all is like, how do you guys separate between being like the voice that you have to be, right? The, you know, not only the dev team but also the community team, also the business side of like working in games versus being a fan.
I think you just kind of just do it, right? Like I know it sounds, I know it sounds like a really simple, but like
I guess if I was to try and like break it down for like how I do it, or like, and I think this is a quality of community managers, like almost inherently, is that you know how to read what the community are telling you, right? Like you were just saying it. It's like, oh, this tank handles like shit. Why is my gun like not firing where I'm aiming it? Do this better, right? The community people who are fired up about something that they love will say things in a certain way, and we kind of read into it and understand without them having to like. It's great when they can give really good constructive feedback and they can be like, oh, right. It's like, you know, the tank that was handling badly, I was driving at 30 miles per hour and trying to do a left turn. And this is what happened. It did this instead of doing this, right? That's the better feedback that then I can literally copy paste that and give it to a dev or a designer. And then they can be like, oh, right. Okay, cool. But for those people who are like, you know, when there's 15, 20 people all saying the same thing, but they're not giving that constructive side, I have to then be able to read into that. And all of us can. And then you also then take what the players are saying and you translate that into something completely different that you give to the developers or the designers, specifically being like, hey guys, like maybe we need to take a look at the Bradley and its turn radius or whatever it is, because I'm seeing a lot of feedback from a lot of people that are saying they're not enjoying it. And you don't have to give them the specifics. You don't have to give the designers the specifics of that. But then you also then have to do the same kind of thing for like executive level and like change it again. You know, it's like, hey, we've received this number of pieces of feedback around gameplay.
It's important to almost like not get lost in the way the community is giving feedback. Because it's not then, or getting yourself emotionally tied to something because you maybe also be feeling that, but like then you have to pull it back sometimes and be like, okay, wait a second, we talked about this instead, like, you know,
absolutely,
or stand up like, oh, like there's other knock-on effects as soon as we touch this, and that's why we haven't touched it yet. Or we're still investigating it, even though as a player I might be frustrated because I want to play a certain way or do certain way, right?
That's like evident in our jobs every day. Another innate feature of a community manager is like not just wanting to work for video games, but usually it's obviously the love of video games and the ability to kind of like integrate yourself into communities. I was lucky. I played Squad before I joined Offworld. Joining Offworld allowed me to love Squad even more and love the community and like want to spend time talking to people and being a part of different communities for different things. I'll go and I'll play competitive scrims with people and everything now these days. You have to be careful that you don't get lost in the sauce of like their feelings. And then the same goes the other way, man. I have had experiences where, and not necessarily at Offworld, where like the dev side are like lost in the, oh man, community hate us.
On one thing that
they get one guide, and then it's like the community hates us and blah blah blah. And it's like, no man, like no, you can't let that like capture you because it's a vocal minority. It's not what everyone's trying to tell you. They're trying to tell you this, and that's what a community manager. We become that conduit between the two, and finding that balance of sitting in between is the goal.
It's definitely just that. Like I know I said do it, but the whole thing of it just being innate. It's sort of just like languages. You're just parsing their language. You know, people who are angry are like they're angry because they care.
I mean, I'll say this too. Like the worst thing is having an apathetic that doesn't care anymore. You're
100%.
You're
the moment they stop giving you feedback, it's kind of over.
At that point, it's over. Like something is.
They want the thing to be better.
Critically wrong at that point for communities, you know.
I was gonna say, do you guys? This is just a question that came up when I talk about video games and stuff, because there's always that quote where it's like, do what you love and then you never work a day in your life. I don't agree with that when it comes to game dev,
No.
where it's like, yeah, do what you love, but then now you're going to start resenting what you love if you start. So like, for example, you start working in games. Have you guys found that you resent games more? I'll just say for me, what I like, the games that we make here are not the games that I play at home. So for me, I have that disconnect of like, this doesn't like, my work isn't going to do that. Do you guys ever feel that sort of way, or what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I do enjoy games. I think community management is like a good intersect for what I always wanted to do. Like
Yeah.
I was originally studying to do psychology and become like a psychologist.
Yeah.
So like be able to like,
We are psychologists.
I was gonna say that if we weren't community managers, we could probably make pretty good like psychotherapists,
Yeah,
psychologists, and stuff like that. Like
Social
support
workers.
people, like just people who are there to listen.
No,
No, not you. No.
I don't
No,
want to.
you're not a very
No.
good therapist.
What? No. Hey, whoa, hold on. Hold on. Let's,
you just be like, stop.
But the
I don't do that to you guys. You make it sound like
the work, like do what you love part. Like
Yeah.
I don't resent like video games.
Yeah.
But I also feel like I am working.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot.
Yes.
Definitely.
I'll like sometimes, and I mean I'll still play squad in my evenings at times, but I do play it maybe a bit less.
Yeah.
Unless there's like a particular like organized reason for me to kind of jump on. I play it less on my own these days, and like if community members or even some like my personal friends are wanting to play, then I'll play. I can sometimes feel that, like, it's like I get home and I'm like, man, the last thing I want to do right now is play a video game.
Right.
I kind of find myself booting something up in the evening
I'm
before
like,
I
I'm
go
going
to
to play
bed.
games. It's like 3 in the morning. I'm like,
Yeah.
playing a game.
Recently for me, and it's like all of it's our team's fault. It's No Man's Sky. I'm addicted again.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
I'll get back on then.
I'm
And then we
addicted
can-
again to No Man's Sky.
some context here. Like we regularly rotate games to play as a group, just to like
Yeah.
set
Team
things
building.
together and try things out. So yeah, right now it's No Man's Sky with the latest update that came out. Yeah, I mean it's funny you say that. It's I think for me, I actually do love working games because I get to be part of the game's
Yeah.
zeitgeist and like what's going on and like the excitement we get when new games come out. The struggle I get now is that now on knowing how games are developed, like I think I'm gonna say this like any other gamers, like I want stuff to get out the door faster. Like this is not just, I'm not talking about just within Offworld. This is like any of the games I follow, any of the games I play. But like I'm empathetic to the struggle that a lot of developers go through, or whether it's like through timelines, budget, just like sometimes you have to scramble and get something out the door, which might leave stuff broken. Like that's the part where I struggle most because I now know what it takes to make it. Yet
Yeah.
as a fan of a game or games, I'm frustrated because I want to do that. Yet I know why it's happening. And so it makes this like loop, and like it sometimes leaks into my own like day to day here. Like it's like, yeah, I know like what the team's working on, and I have to wait just like the rest of the community. Because side note, you don't want community managers jumping in touching code. There's
No.
a reason why we're in community management. We're not programmers or
I've seen some community developer
yeah.
roles pop up in a couple of, they do like social systems.
Well, yeah, there's a little different because that's about like social systems or progression or like as a
Yeah.
player, like, but you're also part of a team. You're not like
Yeah.
running it by yourself. It's a little different. And I think that's okay. But I'm saying you literally don't want, if there's a bug, you don't want a community manager to jump in. Yeah. I always love it when someone's like, hey, can you fix this? I'm like,
Sure.
I can try. You really want me to boot up a build and give it a shot? And
Maybe I should do that. I could turn that into like a
Well,
live,
you know what, one
like a
time-
live stream.
you know, it'd be pretty funny. Yeah. Let's grab
We're downloading
let's
per.
grab like a stable build and be like, what can we do to break this the fastest way possible? Let's just
Yeah.
see what
While trying to fix it.
yeah, while trying to fix it.
Yeah. I think we could do that. That'd make a good live stream.
Community manager fixes your game.
Yeah.
And this
I
is
can only imagine like opening up
Yeah.
some like squad blueprints in like UE5 and like all of a sudden like, I have flying Bradleys or something like that instead.
Think you can do that?
No,
Go
God,
ahead.
no.
I was
No,
gonna
that's
say,
what I'm
dude,
saying. I'll
I was gonna say,
accidentally
like,
break
that's
something.
a lot of confidence. Like, there's no way I wouldn't
Yeah.
even know where to start looking.
Oh, I know how to find blueprints in
Okay,
UE5.
all right.
Yeah, I could
I
do
know how
that.
to do that too.
Yeah.
We can mess around. We'll figure something out. I have the SDK.
Yeah, we could screw something up pretty good.
I feel like my answer is would be kind of different because I'm so new. But I feel like these past like 3 years have been so fast paced for me.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, Galen, like the amount of stuff that we've done in this short amount of time has been like the most I've done in my entire career in games, to be honest.
Like
Yeah.
I expected to join and like, slowly make my way up. And they're like, okay, you want to help launch a game on console? It's like, huh?
Just started.
Yeah. Because I was really just dealing with like licensing and they're like, go ahead. I'm like, oh, okay. this is gonna be fun, I guess. So it's just been so fast. So
You're really lucky, Caitlin. I know.
yeah,
I mean,
definitely
I
have
don't want
to.
to tell you that, but like,
no, I definitely lucked out.
yeah, you got really
It's
lucky.
like the state of the industry and everything.
Yeah.
Mm.
And somehow I was like, they're like, yeah, sure,
I always think fondly of those first studios that give you the chance.
yeah.
Especially when you don't come from games. Like
Absolutely.
I came from healthcare. So,
Yeah.
you know. Like,
Corporate real estate.
you came from corporate real estate?
Yeah, like
That's
like
right.
like managing like the tools that were given to
That's right.
realtors.
I
Yeah.
remember that.
What is a rewarding moment or story from your time as a community manager? Is there a moment that you could
I had so many.
explain it?
I have so many, but I also have one that is very, very recent.
Okay.
At Offworld here, we just said goodbye last night to our North American squad partners. And one of them came up to me, pulled me aside last night, and handed me a very special challenge coin. You guys, none of you guys know this yet. I didn't even tell you guys last
Because
night.
we
Break it
that
out
happened
on
last
stream.
night, and we're
I was
filming
gone.
it next
Yeah.
morning.
Pull it out right now.
I left it at home. I didn't bring it with me. I should have. Handed me a very, very special challenge coin saying it was for me. And he gets it for like other people in his community and stuff like that, that like donate to charity or it kind of means something to him and stuff like that. Well, this is one partner that I pulled into the partner program before we like fully opened it up for everyone to apply into.
The one we revamped on, and
Yeah. Just once we had started to revamp it, and I had sent him a message saying like I had found him on Twitch and like just loved his streams. They were intense, and he said to me last night, he's like, when I'm feeling down about like what I'm doing, like maybe my growth isn't good enough, and like I just feel like crap. Like I'll go back sometimes and I'll like read that message that you sent to me on Discord, and I'll feel better about doing what I'm doing with Squad.
that's awesome.
And it was it's a 1 ounce sterling silver
Wow.
challenge coin, so it will only ever go up
Wow.
in value. And so like
I want to know which.
I'll tell you later. I'm not doing any
Off
color.
camera,
Yeah. Yeah, there's tons of
Wanting to rob Ceeg here.
yeah, right. So there's tons of really like great like moments that make the job rewarding. And there's like little moments that like you're just like, you know what? Today I did a good job.
Yeah.
And you can point to the reasons why you did that good job because the community will let you know.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. But that one in particular
Yeah,
is
that's
going to be it'll be a standout for the career.
Yeah, I was going to say that event that we just finished. I'm so proud of that event.
We're so proud of you.
Oh,
Cayenne organized pretty much like
Cheers.
99% of that thing. So
Thank you. I appreciate it. No, that was a big achievement for me, that
It's been
event.
so long since we've done something like that here.
Yeah. Another big thing, I love mobilizing communities for good, like for stuff outside of games. That's when you know if your community will follow you outside of your game, then you got a good community. So for example, when I worked at Hothead, we did Extra Life and we raised 30 grand during 2020, like the heat of COVID.
Yeah.
We were able to raise 30 grand for children's hospitals. And so I think to date, I've raised over 40 grand for children's hospitals. And that's always going to be like my proudest career achievement. Any way that I can utilize what I do for the greater good is always going to
You
be.
could also rack in the stuff we did last year at Offworld too.
Yeah, we did
So-
more charities. We did
Yeah,
supporting
so Stack
veterans.
Up. And the Juno Beach. Don't forget about
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. So any,
Still haven't got our brick.
I know, I gotta, Juno
If you're
Beach.
watching.
Yeah, if you're watching, we want that. Remember,
The Juno
we're
Beach
gonna
Center-
receive that brick through one of our windows. Yeah, with the call out like that.
Code break.
They're in France. It takes a while, you know?
it's been over a year. At this point, it's been over a year. This should be.
Hey, I don't know if Offworld has a leg to stand on when it comes to shipping things late.
Okay, moving on. Moving on.
Rewarding? I feel like it's so soon, but it's just
Okay.
just like building communities, you know?
Yeah.
You know? Be able to like make a community working with troopers and they're all wanting to be like role playing little troopers.
Yeah, that's true.
But also they're like a little weird because I remember making like the dating sim stuff and they all wanted to make love with the bugs. Like
But you're the one who made that.
yeah.
That was your pick.
I mean, that's a pretty memorative.
You did that.
Yeah, it is rewarding that they asked for a sequel because they really want to like romance the bugs.
I really want to kiss those bugs.
Yeah, I mean, if I were you, Gil, like one of my memorable ones in my head would be Casper Van Dien, like literally wanting your
Yeah.
phone number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like
I remember that was pretty rewarding that he's like like he streams now, and I remember like helping be his like remote connect IT man.
Right? Yeah.
Reason for Casper's streaming career is all on this man right here.
Yeah.
It's all on Gale.
Didn't he want to fly you down to like just
Can't
set
remember.
up for
We
him?
talked about some like
Yeah.
questions of like how do we help set him up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
because I remember we just sent him a PC.
Yeah,
It's
like nothing set up. No
nothing set up.
instructions.
Yeah.
I remember I just remember getting like a video call at 7 a.m. and I was like, "Oh, what's happening?" It's like, "Where do I plug the USB?" I'm like, "Oh, I got you."
Nice.
And now he's like streaming so much and
Yeah, and
He's killing it.
Unity.
I saw him playing Red Dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, he's playing Red Dead?
Playing Red Dead, yeah.
shout out to his new role in Wednesday. Of so
all right.
I didn't know he's in that. I haven't seen the new season yet.
Oh.
I've not seen this season either.
Yeah.
I want to watch.
That's awesome.
apparently he's in it.
Cool.
Yeah, him holding me on an iPad was probably pretty funny.
Yeah, that was funny. That's right. That was this iPad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
an iPad child just there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'll just say mine real quick. Mine's been all the times I've spoken to anyone who's played Age of Empires. Always talking about fondly about their childhood,
Right.
or playing with their dad, or like playing with their sibling or parents or anything like that. Like it's always nice when we're out and about and be like, oh my goodness, I played Age of Empires when I was a kid and I can't believe I'm back out again, you know? So yeah. All right. We got a couple more things just to help, speed things along because I know we've been yapping all for a while now.
Yeah, it's almost
Even
an
though-
hour.
Even the actual episode itself won't be shorter than that. But one thing I just have to ask is who is the meme lord or most likely shitpost in our group of 4 here?
Gale.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna vote for myself, but
You probably should.
I was just saying Luna is also up there too.
This is the thing. I'm a hidden shit poster.
yeah,
You're not going to see it, but when
I'm very outwards.
he's outwards,
Yeah, but I'm talking about like between the 4 of us. Like
I
there's-
posted something last night at like 10 o'clock at night when I totally thought I was in DMs and I wasn't. That's not good. It'll get out
Where-
there at some point.
where did you post it?
Host post this squad hosting.
I know what he posted, but we are not saying it here.
We're not saying it here. Like it's like mega shitlord post. Like
Oh, okay.
yeah,
okay. Well, now the community's gonna ask for it. Like,
they might find it.
They'll find it.
Okay.
They'll find it.
You
Someone's
didn't delete it?
No,
oh boy, that's
Yeah.
that'd be even worse.
that's-
There we go. I'm going to take a look now. Let's see let's see.
my vote's for Luna. I'm definitely I'm the least out of the 4.
that's a
Yeah.
crazy pity vote.
Oh yeah, no, I ain't voting for him.
No, I don't.
Out of the 4 of us, he ain't getting
No,
that.
I'm not getting that. I'm not that quick
Voting
with
for
it.
Luna when it's like I show you these things and you're like, call me names. Saying I'm
I
too
question.
young for you.
It's honestly, it's an
There's definitely a generation gap, I would say, between myself and Galen.
Yeah.
It's like yeah.
But then you and I are the same age, but you're an absolute boomer in comparison. I bridge the Zoomer boomer.
No, I would say Luna bridges us best.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
between all.
Yeah.
Like
Which
she's
is
a good bridge.
sorry. I'm distracted trying to find this post from.
Oh, I'm saying about like
Seriously, you're actually
between
looking for it.
generations, is as that's old folks like to say.
Yeah, I do remember just coming onto the team and I was just like who's the sassy lost child over here? Everybody's like significantly older than me.
I mean, like it's funny with
Not
games.
significantly older than
Oh,
you. Hold on a second.
Yeah, not significantly, but I was like,
I years on.
I'm trying to make us feel a bit younger.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Ah.
Well, too bad.
you're old.
Too bad. We're old.
I found it.
Oh no, did you?
Yeah.
It's bad.
Eh,
Don't tell Duff.
You know what's more funny is that she's saying because she knows she can do better.
Better or worse?
you don't. We'll talk after.
Depending on how you.
We'll talk after we stop recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on. Transition. Last thing is, what is a piece of advice you'd give someone who wants to get into the industry or community management?
Like I already said mine.
Oh, soft
mean,
skills.
Talk a little bit more about it.
Yeah. Soft skills, you have that one. Mine's just all about networking.
Well, networking, yes. Honestly, for me, soft skills is the biggest thing. You need to be emotionally intelligent and you need to be able to be okay with being a bad guy. You're going to have to.
That guy in the sense of like you have to sometimes just like
Yeah, you got to. Sometimes you're going to have to ban people. You're going to have to moderate people and people are going to be mad at you and they're going to hate you and they're going to send you mean messages and you're going to have to be okay with that for a bit.
thick skin. Is
One of those
Um,
innate things where I feel like you just got to be built for this.
You need to be emotionally intelligent. Absolutely. And another thing I would recommend is to be solid with like your convictions. So like, for example,
Steadfast.
be steadfast. Because when I get interviewed, for example, they're going to ask, what would you do in this situation? What would you do in this situation? If you you have to be firm in your beliefs, I
Mhm.
think is a big thing.
Yeah.
You can't
Can't be swayed that
you can't be swayed easily. if someone's being racist, you're gonna have to deal with
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
And so deal with it. There's no like, you know, like, oh well, context. No, like there's something
Yeah.
like you need to have hard, you know, stuff. Yeah. Be strong in your convictions and know what you're about and have emotional intelligence.
Yeah, no, I want to echo basically a lot of that. I think the only way I could really kind of build on that would be just that understand that you're going to have to be like emotionally strong when it comes to being like hearing things from the community and maybe be okay to be the bad guy for them, but also be okay being the bad guy to your dev team.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my-
Because
yes.
they sometimes need to hear it in the way that you can communicate that information to them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay to do that.
Yep.
And it's okay to like find people on your team or on the dev team that like you can bounce those like conversations off. You know, it's like if I was to say to you this piece of feedback like this, how would that make you feel? And you know, and then learn from that and adjust how your conversations will be held, because feedback being both the feedback engine of backwards and forwards between community and dev is one of the
Should
most
always be
important
two-way.
things to figure out.
Always a two-way street.
Always
between
two
dev
ways.
and community.
Yeah. You're not like, it's called community management, but really it's like, you know, you're not just managing the community that you're working for. You're making sure that the community is heard.
We're also we're managing the internal dev community.
Correct.
Too, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, for me as well, I would say a big one is like if you're looking to really get into the industry, like go practice community management. Like anytime I'm interviewing anyone, I want to know if you've managed a community, like whether it's a Discord, a subreddit, you know, like social channels. Like those are important things because those are where I can see tangible work you've done to make it like see the skills that are transferable. And on top of the soft skills, you know, you mentioned on top of the networking, on top of being the ability to discern and provide messaging across different audiences, like it's really important to be able to manage your own communities. Because if you can't, like, you know, I've had people apply who have like been like streamers or stuff like that, and like those are great because like, you know, you my assumption is you're going to be managing an internal community of your own, like, you know, your own community. But I want to see like that stuff like on your application. I want to see that when we talk in person or on the phone. Like I want to know that you've actually managed communities. And that's what's important because
grow a group of like-minded people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Make them not subhumans.
Yeah.
Like how do you deal with conflict? Yeah, like deal with the conflicts that will inevitably come up. And if you don't want to start one of your own, join one and let them know that you want to like admin, that you want to like moderate. If you're coming here and you're coming from the squad community, there are hundreds of communities out there that are always looking for more admins and more moderators. Yeah. And if you think you've got what it takes, like check in with them, because we talk with our communities like so many times, like so much. And I've like recruited a whole bunch of them to kind of work doing like off-world stuff in both our closed play testing, in our official squad server. Like it's worth doing.
I think I agree with most of that. I feel like a lot of junior people are now like reaching out to me.
Yeah.
Like I'm around.
What's funny though is because like you I know you don't feel that way, but you've shipped the game out the door.
Yeah.
Multi-platform too.
That's huge for your first job in games. You've shipped something. That's huge.
So it's like I always have to give them advice. I feel like a lot of you guys is true, but you know, there's always little caveats I add.
That's a little weird, right? Being like
it's always weird
in the career and you're already
like, what advice would you give? That's like not this. I'm like I always have other things. It's like always just like be open to failing.
That's a big one. I mean, I think that's a good one, generally speaking, across anywhere you work. You have to be able to learn from your your missteps and your failings, right? Like, not be scared to make them, right?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I would say that's the thing with here. Like we're constantly moving our own like things we're working on or stuff because it's based on how the development team's going, right? Or how the community's reacted to things. Like we sometimes have to change like our rollouts.
Our roles,
rollouts or our roles or what we need to pivot and do. And that's what makes us a team.
Yeah.
So.
And that might change again in the future.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about like being like getting your reps in, like being proactive.
Yeah.
Like everyone's back to like there's no course for this. Like
no.
I remember just email like indie studios being like, your game isn't out yet, but do you need like help?
Yeah.
And it was like, I'll just do it for free because like I need to do this on the side while I'm in uni. Obviously, you shouldn't work for free.
No.
Yeah, we're not advocating for that. But like what we're trying to say is there's lots of opportunities to get involved without having to like start as a community manager somewhere. Like there's like I said,
my advice was like after any game show, like those are a bunch of new studios like looking for help at that point. So it's like just just go to all the sites. If you see like a cool game at like State of Play,
Yeah.
they probably need a mods like real soon.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, the worst thing that can happen is you get a no.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's it. You know? All right. So that wraps up another episode of Offworld Beyond. I want to thank the rest of the community management team for joining us. Thank you, Galen, especially being in town and jumping in. Yippee. Yeah, would be. Thank you, Luna, for hosting and producing us.
Yeah.
Ceeg, thanks for jumping in. as always.
Thank you.
And yeah, that wraps it up. So if you haven't already, make sure you like, follow, subscribe,
Hit that bell.
hit that
Leave a
bell,
comment,
leave a comment,
share it on your socials.
share out,
Oh.
share out.
Do we have like we need like a motto, like let's go off-world beyond, or no? Is that
No.
No, why?
Sorry,
No.
sorry.
No.
Is that like our Power Rangers line?
Oh my God. No.
sorry? I don't know. I thought that'd be
You
fun.
know, the anime line.
I'm not doing that.
I'm not doing that.
Don't do it.
You know what? Hey, sure, let's do it together, right?
Put the anime
All right,
outro.
2, 3.
Off-world. No, shut.
Yeah.
I love
Teamwork.
I love that.
God damn it.
Other two got what I was gonna do.
I hate you. This is what I have to deal with at my job. This is my boss. Okay, makes me look embarrass
No, you don't
myself.
throw my-
I'm gonna talk to this camera. I'm not gonna look at you now. I don't.
You feel minimized.
Do I feel minimized?
Yeah.
Absolutely, I do.
Yeah. Keep
Oh my God! No, stop. Okay, we've derailed. We've derailed.
your truth,
Guys,
girl.
derailed
Speak
completely.
your truth.
No, okay. There's in the show notes. There's more information about if you want to follow any of our or jump in on our Discords. Like we have very active Discords across all our games. Otherwise, yeah. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next episode of Offworld Beyond. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.